Hi, Unruly family. This is my recap for the anime Ishura. If you enjoy my recaps, think about becoming a subscriber. The story begins as a peaceful day in a calm village is interrupted by an earthquake. A look nearby shows something emerging from the ground. Sometime later, an awkward girl named Kaguzume admires another girl named Lucelis. One day, Lucelis approaches the weird girl and asks her to teach her force arts. Force arts is Kaguzume's greatest skill, so she agrees. These girls live in Labyrinth City, a town of explorers built from the center of the great labyrinth of Kayazuan, the self-proclaimed Demon King. Nearby, we see that a bunch of swordsmen have taken down some kind of robot. They are shocked that it came out of the great labyrinth, but even more stunned when it starts to move again. Back in town, Kaguzume impresses Lucelis with her magic. They discuss how it is said that the Great Labyrinth has so many secrets and relics that they can never fully uncover them all. No matter what a person has done in their lives, the path to glory could lie in the labyrinth. Kaguzume admires her new friend and thinks about how there is no longer a need to be scared. The true Demon King is dead, and the age of fear is over. Moments later, the girls are knocked down as the earth shakes and a strange glowing crystal appears. Lucelis cries in pain as the robot rips her arm off and dismembers the rest of her.
その未来が今だった。
Kaguzume is powerless, so she can only watch and beg the thing to stop. Kaguzume eventually runs off when the robot looks at her, but she is terrified to find a much larger robot with the smaller ones crawling all over it. Kaguzume makes it out and sees that the town is covered in flames. Kaguzume thinks that she has no right to be alive right now and realizes that no one understood anything. Even though the true Demon King had died, it was not the end. Just then, one of these robots appears, but Kaguzume angrily casts a spell.
Yuno より不危険な矢印が絶対に外れる暇だ。
The robot gets wrecked, but Kaguzume can't understand how it could die just from her one attack. She is actually furious at herself. Since this means she could have saved Lucelis, Kaguzume might get her wish to UN alive. As several more robots come after her, she tries to attack all of them, but it doesn't work, and she simply accepts her fate. Kaguzume gives up all hope and tells them to end her life, but one of the robots is sliced in half. Another mysterious attack destroys the rest of the robots. And our protagonist finally introduces himself. His name is Soujirou, and he wonders why Yuno is so eager to go to heaven. He explains that she will be missing out since things are about to get really fun for humans. Kaguzume is stunned at what this kid was able to do, especially since he was only using a beat-up practice sword. Kaguzume wonders if he is what they call a visitor, but Soujirou doesn't seem to like being called that. Kaguzume is then shocked further when she sees just how many of these enemies Soujirou has eliminated. He is just interested to see the machines exist in this world as well, and he explains that no number of them can be a match for his sword. This kid accidentally eats some poisonous plant and asks for some food, but Kaguzume tells them to just run away from there. No matter how strong he is, the town is doomed. But Soujirou just wonders why she is so worried. Kaguzume reveals that there's a more terrifying thing destroying the town, and his tiny sword won't be enough to defeat it. This thing is gigantic, and Kaguzume explains that the labyrinth turned out to be a huge golem. She thinks it was a monster created to defeat the true Demon King, but her protagonist shows no sign of fear at all. He destroys another robot that was about to delete this girl, and he just keeps talking about food. Kaguzume has some tasteless travel rations, so Soujirou thinks that would be perfect for their exchange. Kaguzume has no clue what exchange he is talking about, so Soujirou explains she will give him his breakfast, and he will take care of the huge lump of metal destroying the town. Kaguzume couldn't be more terrified, but Soujirou is just ready to have some fun. Kaguzume wonders just who the heck this guy is, so he explains that he is the last Yagyu on Earth. We then learn that he is a visitor from a distant world much different from Earth. Soujirou was impressed with her word art when she summoned the arrowhead and wants her to teach him. She was always taught that visitors can't use the power since their distant world is built solely on the laws of physics. They speak only using words of sound. so it's beyond their understanding. Kagezume explains that her people use word arts to ask the air or objects to do things like move or burn. Soujirou's completely lost, so he just decides that using a sword is better anyway. Kagezume fears that he will die, but our boy is super confident that he will win. She then points out that everyone's lives have already been taken, so the right decision here is to just run away. Kagezume doesn't think it would be right to ask him to fight the terrifying golem, but Soujirou surprisingly explains that this has nothing to do with her. He just wants to fight it because it will be fun. Soujirou can't hold back his excitement any longer and instantly rushes towards the beast. He easily slices up several machines along the way, leaving Kagezume in awe. Soujirou speeds up to get to the colossal thing faster, and Kagezume can't understand how he could be so fast. The behemoth slams down one attack on the skid, but Kagezume is shocked when she sees that Soujirou is climbing up its arm. This machine has a ton of defense all around its body, but Soujirou is way too elusive. He avoids all the projectiles in the most dangerous way possible and slices up more machines that appear. The thing uses giant speakers to say the same strange words humans do and prepares some kind of word art attack. Kagezume trembles as she recognizes this attack as the light that scorched the city. She fears that it's all over now, since this giant can even use thermal arts. The golem unleashes an insanely powerful attack, blowing away all in sight and scorching the earth. The massive attack causes destruction several times bigger than the giant, but Kagezume is stunned as Soujirou reappears and slices the gigantic golem's head in half. Soujirou thanks the stupid machine since the little robots it sent out gave him some good things to step on and climb. The fight isn't over as the golem tries another attack, but Soujirou is once again unfazed. A look into some of the history behind the Soujirou fighting technique reveals that it was once used to defeat a master swordsman. The technique involves dodging an opponent's attack while stealing their weapon and using their momentum to defeat them. Back to the present, Soujirou dodges the golem's attack and finds its life seal. He slices the thing's arm off and declares that the golem's weapon is his now. The golem's own arm absolutely wrecks its body, and its core powers down. With the golem defeated, all the other machines collapsed. Kagezume can't believe that Soujirou actually did it, and begins to wonder why the Great Labyrinth just started moving today. She wonders if it reacted to Soujirou's strength as he approached the town, or if Soujirou activated it on purpose because he wanted to fight. Soujirou arrives after having a ton of fun, but Kagezume can hardly form words as she asks him how he did it. Soujirou explains that he just imagines that he created his opponent, and that allows him to find their life seal. It couldn't be the golem's legs since they are too close to the ground. It couldn't be its waist because it carried too much bulk. The chest is its flame-throwing weapon, and it uses its left arm to attack, so it just left its right arm as the life seal. Soujirou prepares to leave as the fun is over, but Kagezume reminds him about his breakfast. Soujirou tears into his meal like an animal and points out that it tastes better than the bugs he usually eats. Kagezume strangely realizes something in this moment, and that is that she hates strong people. The strong people who made her life insignificant. Kagezume determines that she must make her meaningless life meaningful in some way, even if it ends up being wrong. Soujirou wonders where he should wander off to next, and Kagezume recommends a place called Orisha. It has become the largest city that exists, but Soujirou just wants to know if there are strong people there. He is glad to hear that there are, and Kagezume explains that Orisha is gathering heroes from around the world as they are planning to do something big. We then see how dark Kagezume really is as she thinks about how she will bring meaning to her life. She wants Soujirou to go to Orisha, as she is certain that there are people there who will be able to kill Soujirou. There is the second general of Orisha, who everyone knows well. His name is Ross Clay, the Absolute. There is also Craft near the Hatch of Truth, who speaks of mastering an unknown fifth system of word arts. There's the visitor who liberated the Great Ice Fortress 9 years ago, Kazuka the Black Tone. There is Tarawa the Awful, who hides away in the distant White Mountains. Or there is even Lanoka, the Winter, whom nobody has ever seen. Kaguya is determined to learn more about Soujirou and wants to find out what exactly the distant world is. Kaguya offers to guide Soujirou to Orisha, and Soujirou likes the expression she has on her face. Soujirou agrees to her offer to guide him and reminds her that she can do whatever she wants. From here on, she is free. Kaguya then thinks about this newfound freedom. She has just lost everything, but this just makes her feel like she can do something wild. We then learn that Soujirou is a man who couldn't even be contained in the reality of his own world. He is the last swordsman known as Soujirou the Willow-Sword. While inspecting the land, the two find several machines with holes in them. This makes it clear to Soujirou that someone was only after their life seals, and he is amused that there's another one out there. Kaguya is a bit concerned, but Soujirou couldn't be more excited. Thanks for watching my anime recap, Unruly Family. If you want to show some support to the channel, please like, comment, and share.